3 Era update, I discovered my wife's affair when I got home early. Update 7, unfortunately I saw Jane again. I'm still here. But it's been a little hard. I'm home now, but I spent a few days in the hospital. They found me unconscious but I was still breathing, so they took me to the emergency room. I got a "do not resuscitate" order, but nothing ever happened to me. I have always hated hospitals, but now with my diagnosis, I really hate the hospital. I don't want to pass away there. I have been home for a while now. I can't drive off the farm anymore. They really don't want me to drive on the farm, but I'm determined to keep doing my chores and watching the sunrise and sunset while I can. I also have full-time home health workers, or, as I call them, nannies. But I'm not going to fight with the family about it. So basically I don't remember anything until I woke up in the hospital. Most of my family and Carol were in the room. I was stable by then and the doctors just wanted to observe me for a day or two and of course run more tests to be sure. I had either my twins, Sarah, or Carol with me for almost the entire time. There was one night when no one was with me, and I woke up with Jane in my room. I guess she pulled the wife card on a duty nurse that did not know not to let her in. I was tired, but she was playing the sweet and devoted wife. I don't know why. Then when I realized she was holding my hand and stroking my head, I pulled away. She was hurt. She then started the new refrain of being so sorry. She did not mean anything she said to him, she was trying to use him, etc. I just sat there, not engaging. This upset her. She demanded that I talk to her. She was just loud enough to catch the nurse's attention. The nurse noticed Jane's demeanor and my uncomfortableness. The nurse was smooth. She tells Jane to wait outside because she needs to perform some BS checks. Once Jane was out of the room and the door was closed, the nurse asked me if I was okay. I told her that Jane was my ex-wife and there should be notes for her not to be allowed. She apologized and asks me what she wants me to do to limit my stress. I asked her to call my emergency contacts. She did, and in about 45 minutes Sarah, my daughter, and Carol walk into the room. By then Jane is back and still spewing her BS but at a very quiet level. Once Jane sees them, she knows that she needs to leave. I quietly ask her to just go. None of the other patients deserve her making a scene. To stop thinking about herself and just leave. I am very thankful that she quietly leaves, but she first gives me a quick peck on the forehead. I recoiled a bit, but if I have to accept that for the peace of the other patients, so be it. The women in my life profusely apologized to me. Honestly, I cannot be mad at them. They have their own lives. They all figured out a schedule to make sure that I was not left alone again. And I am sure my daughter thanked the nurse for calling them while at the same time letting the staff know her anger for letting Jane in when they had specific instructions to the contrary. This event just shows me that Jane is like a drowning person. She is just grabbing for anything. I am not special in her eyes. She just sees me as something that she can use to keep afloat. After every contact with Jane, I just see how much darker and black her soul is. The lover is still as much of an idiot as before. His accounting department has seen where the wind is blowing and in meetings with my daughter, pretty much gave her an entire picture. No misconduct on the part of the lover in your business. It is clear that he was using every perk and loophole to increase his income over his base pay at the expense of the bottom line. So when my daughter takes control, he will realize a 60% reduction of value to him from the company. And that really angry him off. I have a feeling she might just outright fire him and move him to a silent minority owner role. So his flashy lifestyle is going to hit a brick wall. He has threatened lawsuits but has not brought any action yet. I think his credit and/or reputation in the area is shot to hell. Carol has been a more permanent fixture in my life. I have to say I don't mind the company and companionship. Maybe she is wearing me down. She has been staying over several days a week. I hope to bounce back sooner than later. But since I cannot drive anymore, I am going to have to lean on others more. This is uncharted waters for me. Carol has been eagerly volunteering to support me in this area. And before you ask, no, there is nothing physical between us other than sitting close together. Thank you all for your continued support. TLDR hospital stay, Jane shows up, lover's life is about to change. I have been following your story as you have been posting. I just want to wish you continued strength and peace on this unfortunate journey. While my story is not quite the same as yours, I had a massive stroke 6 years ago. What it did for me was give me clarity on my life, and I was able to find out who was really true to me and cut out a lot of fake baggage to make whatever time I have left until my next stroke, which could happen any time, whether a week or 10 years, we are not promised anything. I hope whatever time you have left that you do whatever ever can bring you the most happiness. Take care and good luck, Sir OP, thank you. You are so right about seeing life clearly. I wish you the best. Stay strong, my friend. What a disgusting move by Jane. She just keeps showing how utterly selfish and horrible she is. OP, I wish you peace and comfort. May your suffering be minimal and may you be supported by the love of your family. Best wishes, OP. Thanks, and I could call Jane mean, but I'm not going to stoop to that. I just read your story today and I admire how you have handled this. Just one piece of advice: I lost my mother several years ago. One thing I really wish I had was more videos of her. I find it hard to remember her voice sometimes. So some advice: do that with your children and their children. Maybe make them videos for the young ones for important milestones. Graduation, marriage, children, etc. I hope you get your wish to be at home when it is time. I just checked your profile earlier today. I was worried you hadn't posted. Not that you need to, but you opening up like this, it makes me feel like I know you. Like your family. And I worry about you. And your family. I'm glad you were found. I'm glad you could see another sunset. Hopefully another sunrise in the morning. OP, thanks for caring. I feel everyone's positive thoughts. OP, you continue to inspire. Jane has no shame. I'm very glad you are at home and are comfortable there. I'm so glad you have wonderful support around you. Accepting help is so hard. But it sounds like you are taking it one step at a time. Thanks again for updating us. Wishing you all the best. Happy to hear that you're still here and fighting. I pray for you to have peace and freedom from Jane's attempts at situational manipulation. Jesus bless these other women in your life for their efforts on your behalf. I'm so sorry you're having to deal with all this. Hang tough, my man. OP, she can try at manipulation, but it will not work. Every attempt just shows who she really is. Thank you for sharing the update. My sympathy for having to deal with that in the hospital. You once again handled yourself with grace. I am in awe of your intestinal fortitude. I would probably have tried to force-feed her a bedpan. Not for her offense, but for the audacity she perceived you so addlepated she could deceive you with empty words and platitudes. Boy, she didn't know you at all. I will say a prayer for you. Godspeed, noble traveler. I can't believe it. How did she know you were in the hospital? I hope your daughter fires him, she deserves it. I'm so sorry you're going through drama with her and you didn't want drama. I'm still praying for you and strength for you, your family and Carol. We are all still glad you are still here. Thanks for updating us. Take it easy, my friend, get some rest. Jane is a sneaky one. She won't give up easily, it seems. Hopefully her and lover find karma soon. Phew, still got your boots on. Happy to hear they're still right side up. Relax and enjoy your sunrises and sunsets. Spend your time doing what you love and with the people who mean the most. Blessings. OP, karma is whipping them good now. At some point they really should just want the beating to stop. Hello, our dear friend. I, like many, are glad you still have the strength to fight your battle and are once again at home surrounded by those who mean the most to you. Jane being Jane and thinking of herself, she made her bed, now she has to live with the consequences of her actions. As for Carol, I have said this all along that she has had you in her heart for a long time now and she is wanting to give you the comfort and support in your final journey. I pray for you, our dear friend, and hope that when the time comes you are at home surrounded by loved ones. Take care, you are truly an inspiration to many who have followed your journey from your first post.